Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a general love reading for all of my cancers out there. This is a general love reading for all my cancers out there for the month of January. So without any further ado, let's jump in and see what the cards have to say. Okay. Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter. Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see what kind of energy is coming towards my cancers. What kind of energy is coming towards my cancers? What kind of energy is coming towards my cancers during the month of January? What type of energy is coming towards my cancers during the week of January? The cards that I need to see. Okay, here we go. Interesting. Very interesting. So, right out the gate, we got a Knight of Swords energy. Air sign individual. Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Now, Knights of Swords. This energy is a very, very fast-moving, cutting energy, okay? Very passionate. And sometimes, with being a very passionate energy, sometimes they have the ability to kind of cut off their nose to spite their face. Not really meaning to be harsh, but because they're kind of passionate to begin with, and they kind of move kind of quick. Sometimes it's kind of like they act first and think about the damage later. So that's what's going on with that. All right. And, you know, this person has a whole lot of passion and strength and a lot of passion, spiritual strength, and just overall just energy pertaining to pursuing a relationship with you. So you'll know it because it's kind of going to be like in your face and very potent, okay? Which, depending on your outlook, could be a positive or it could be a negative, all right? So, also, we have a younger air sign individual, Page of Swords. Again, air sign individual, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Now, this individual is a bit of an immature energy, okay? We can say immature, we can say inexperienced, but whatever the case may be, okay? They're moving towards you, okay, trying to pursue a relationship with you. But we got the 10 of Wands here. This individual feels like they're massively burdened by trying to get you to realize that they are the right person for you. So they look at this as kind of like being a bit of a burden, kind of like a pain in the ass. Like, wow, you know, you would think after all this time you would kind of get it, all right? Then the reason that they're kind of doing this is because they're looking back in the past at a prior relationship that they had. They're kind of crying over spilled milk. So they're thinking about a prior relationship and they're thinking about what's going on right now. Like, damn, you know what? I really need a win here. I really need a win here, okay? They're looking back in regret on the situation because honestly, it looks like they, okay, were engaged in some sneaky behavior themselves. And that pretty much kind of cost them the previous relationship because of their own nonsense. So they're like, you know what? I'm not doing this with you, so what's up? I'm not being sneaky with you, so what's up? How come this isn't working? So they can't really figure out exactly what the hell is going on here with you. All right? What they do know, they know you make them happy. Okay? They know that you make them happy. And like I said before, it's causing them a lot of anxiety, keeping them up late at night. They can't figure out, why isn't this thing working? Why is this person not realizing that I'm really feeling them like that? Again, that's that whole inexperience, that whole adolescent mentality type of, doesn't necessarily mean this person's like an adolescent. They could be in their 30s and 40s. But this is a younger individual, most likely younger than you, really depending on how old you are. But their energy is kind of like adolescent, okay? And they're kind of approaching it from like a childish perspective. And again, this could be just blatant immaturity or just a lack of experience here. Okay, and finally, Dave decided to try to take more of a leadership role in the situation and kind of like pull the thing in the direction that they wanted to go into. So that's pretty much what's going on with that. So with that being said, let's see what your strengths are. What kind of strengths are you working with? What kind of strengths, excuse me, not strengths. Let's see what your weaknesses are, rather. Let's see what your weaknesses are. Then we go to your strengths. So what are your weaknesses? What kind of weaknesses are you dealing with, President? What kind of weaknesses are you dealing with? What's your weaknesses? What kind of weaknesses are you dealing with here? What kind of weaknesses are you currently dealing with here? So, Knight of Pentacles. Again, remember, these are all weaknesses. So, right now, you're being very strategic with how you approach this situation. You're being very methodical, strategic, interchange the both, and how you're approaching the situation. So, again, from a weakness perspective, this is kind of like you're kind of overthinking this. You're overthinking this. You really don't have to be strategic with how you're approaching the situation. You're kind of being strategic, kind of like, okay, let me see if I can, how can I get the maximum effectiveness out of this whole situation. You're overthinking it. It's not a whole lot here. Pretty much it is what it is, but you decided to overthink it and be true strategic about it. In addition, here we got the Empress energy here, which means that you're looking for something that's going to be like you're looking for like a fertility, abundance, possibly children in this situation here, and it may be you're looking for someone to have children with. So with these particular situations, that may be a bridge too far. Okay, at least in the immediate outlook here. So not only are you overthinking this, but what you're doing is you're putting a whole lot of gravity on the fact that whoever I get with right now, they better be ready for the whole Monty. You need to slow that down a little bit. You feel me? In addition here, Three of Swords, third party engagement. So if you even sniff, even a hint that there may be a third party involvement here with someone else, you'll cut them quick. The thing is this. Appearances can be deceptive. You may be a little bit too quick to think that there may be some kind of third-party engagement without actually having really substantive proof. But in your mind, you're like, hey, well, you know what? If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, and you'll just kill it. That may be a little bit too premature without having all of the evidence in. Now, additionally here, you want to be happy. Now, here's the thing. Again, this is seen as a weakness here. These are all your weaknesses or your blockages, rather. Okay. And so, the fact of the matter here is that in this particular case, you may really want to reevaluate exactly what's making you happy. Exactly, is your true happiness really, are you happy with yourself, or are you letting somebody else, fill that void for you? You know what I mean? Like if you're happy with yourself and you love yourself first and foremost, not being conceited. I'm not talking about that kind of love, but love yourself, love who you are. Then you don't really need anybody else to kind of fill that void. And this is what we run into a lot with people. And I'm guilty of this myself. Okay, as you know, some of you guys know, my home life when I was growing up was really fucked up. And so when I got into a relationship with other people, I'm going to segue here for a sec. Like with the woman I was involved with, it'd be like, well, hey, listen, I would really need them to really fulfill all that love and that need that I had that I wasn't getting, or that I didn't get when I was growing up. That's really not fair to them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not getting the love, if you didn't get the love from your family, it's really not up to somebody else to kind of like love you like a normal relationship, but then in addition to that, have to also additionally fill those voids that your family left as far as fulfilling that love too. So they gotta work extremely hard to kind of make you feel like you're a completed individual. That's bullshit, and that is a massive burden to heap on anyone. All right, and I have been doing this for a great amount of the relationships I was involved in. When it kind of dawned on me, like, dude, what are you doing? And I didn't really realize that until someone did it to me, and I kind of verbalized it, and then I was just like, wait a minute, shit, you know what I mean? This is me. I'm telling her about what I've been doing all these years to everybody else. So that's why I said, as far as the sun card goes here, you may really want to, if you're happy with yourself and you're looking for somebody, it's cool. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants to be loved, but you don't want to put that extra burden of having that extra, somebody has to love you, really, really love you to make up for the love you didn't get from other places. That's an unwanted, and that's how that's seen as a blockage here. That's what this blockage is all about here, because I'm getting a feeling that there's a lot of this going on with that as well. In addition here is that got 9 of Wands here. So you're very, you're always watching your back. You're always waiting for that next shoe to fall here, okay? Sometimes there is no other shoe that's going to fall. Like I said, thing is what it is. Just because you're being paranoid doesn't mean people ain't watching you. But sometimes there's nobody watching you. You feel me? And you're just being paranoid just to be paranoid because you just expect shit to fall out of the sky into your life. Bam. If that's how you think, you begin to manifest that, and that kind of stuff begins to happen to you. Second of all, also, we have the World card here. Now, usually in terms of how that could be seen as a blockage would be things have gone full circle. You can be in a situation where things have gone a complete 360, full circle, and you cannot learn the damn thing. And that's, that happens to a lot of people. Those people that they out of all the experiences that they had in their life, they can go to other parts of the world or have dealt with really crazy situations, and they could be the same old flat, flaky fuck they always were. Okay? That happens a lot. And you have one person that can have like really one traumatic experience, and they can extrapolate so much information from that particular situation that really changes them as an individual, changes their perspective on things, and kind of makes them take a more of a deeper overall look at life in general. Okay, it kind of changes them, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, but nevertheless, they've had this event and it's kind of changed them on the cellular level. Then you have people that kind of go through, have shit all the time happen to them, and they just don't seem to get it. You don't want to, this is again seen as a blockage here. You don't want to be one of these people that have gone through, go through the whole thing, and going the whole circle, and you haven't learned a damn thing about it. Don't be like one of those people, okay? In addition here, you got the Four of Swords. So you rest, you contemplated, you reflected, and that could be seen as a good thing. However, in the aspect of it being aspecting in the negativity, you could be reflecting and really reflecting and really doing a lot of self-examination. But are you really? Are you really contemplating and reflecting on the things that have happened in your life to make you a better individual? Or are you really contemplating and thinking about all of the rotten shit people have done to you and how you're going to get even with them and things like that? You're looking at it in a negative connotation, that context rather. All right. So, a lot of time we're doing reflective and meditation, kind of push those negative thoughts away, because sometimes negative shit will creep in there. Okay, how somebody wronged you or some type of negative thing you're dealing with. You want to be able to push that away. So even though you're being reflective, are you really being reflective? Really, are you really pushing out those negative thoughts and that negative energy, or are you just kind of like letting it fester and you're just dealing with it? You're internalizing it. All right, big difference. Finally, here we have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups represents, somebody's offering you something. Nah, I'm not really interested. I don't really want that in my life. That's cool, right? That's cool. But this is seen as a blockage. So what's the flip side of that? Flip side of that would be someone's offering you something you don't want. But it could be something you could be missing out. If you're too quick to push something, to swipe something away without really even giving it a chance, or even giving it a glance or look, you could be missing out on something that's really, really, really special. So you be careful about that. Now, again, I'm not saying that you got to just accept any old thing that comes your way and give everything a first or second glance. Of course not. But what I am saying here is just be aware that these are some attributes, negative attributes that you possess that you may want to kind of work on. Okay, so there's that. So with that being said, let's see what strengths. What kind of strengths are you working with? What kind of strengths are you going to be working with? What kind of strengths are you working with? What kind of strengths are you working with? What kind of strengths are you working with? So right off the bat here, you got the Knight of Wands. You have a lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of drive, especially in terms of a relationship. So when you're very passionate about something, you'll move towards your passions, okay? Which is a good thing. Also, temperance, moderation. You're very, you believe in having an equal give and take, and that's very, very good, okay? So you're very balanced, very moderate in how you deal with things, and you move towards your passions, okay? Deception, the Moon card. You have the ability to recognize deceptive behavior, hidden perils, if you will. And so, basically, a sense, that's a really good thing to possess, okay? And like I said before, there's nothing wrong with possessing that sixth sense. Just don't do too much reflecting on negative things that have happened. Try to keep it in the realm of positivity, okay? Nine of Wands. And I did say, as an aspect of a negativity, constantly waiting for the other shoe to fall. So that's seen as a blockage. How that's seen as a strength is, again, okay, as I said, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean people aren't watching you. Okay? But sometimes maybe they aren't. But sometimes maybe they are. So you have to be able to decipher what's what here. Sometimes watching your back can be a good thing. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a damn fool. Something comes up behind you that you could have easily been able to avoid. But on the same token, you don't want to think behind every tree and every rock there's somebody out to get you. All right? So you got to be able to be able to balance it, to moderate, use a sense of moderation, okay? Discern who's trying to hurt you and who's not. All right? So there's that. Another strength is 10 of Pentacles. You're looking for something. Again, you're looking, when you do find that individual, you're looking to build something that is legacy-wise, as far as finances, getting your finances together and creating something not just for yourself today, but for your children tomorrow too. And that's a really good positive aspect and attribute to have. All right? Now, again, as I was talking about the Empress card, looking for somebody specifically to have children with, that's a little crazy. But when you do find that situation, definitely creating some type of legacy is definitely something that you want to keep in mind. And finally, we have Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, something that's assured success. So that is seen as a strength. So basically, what that's saying is, once you find that right situation, you're going to be all in. You're going to be all in. And you're going to have assured success because you pretty much have those things right now where you see that could be kind of blockages, like, having all my I's dotted and all the T's crossed, and it's going to be like this and it's going to be like that. Whereas though that may be premature right now, once you kind of get to a certain point in your life where there's an ebb and flow with an individual and you're really, really vibing with this individual on a mental, on a physical, pleasurable, and on a, you're clicking on all cylinders, in other words. Then all of those aspects of, okay, now I want this, I want that, I want this, I need this, I need that, and you're kind of like that's kind of built into the situation, baked into the cake, if you will. And then when you get ready to launch a lot of these plans forward, they'll have a sense of foundation, okay? And so then you'll make sure that you and this person are on the same page, and these things will come to fruition a lot more smoother, a lot more realistically, okay? So there's that. So let's see what additional information the spirit want to give before I shut this thing down. What additional information the spirit want to give? What additional information the spirit wants to give here? What additional information the spirit wants to give me before I shut this thing down here? Okay. Okay, so X marks the spot. And the definition of the card is see love in disguise. So again, you know, love can come from the most craziest places, okay? But also a deeper meaning to this oracle card would be the true happiness and love really lies within you, okay? And from that, if you're in a really solid, positive, healthy, positive place, and you put that energy out there, those type of positive aspects are going to come back into your life, okay? And it's going to be reflected back on you. What we're reflecting now is going to be reflected back to you. And so X really does mark the spot, because true love really starts from within and it works itself out. So that's what that's all about. Also, we have there's no place like home. And really, it doesn't matter how, home really also is where the heart is too. Okay, so, once you find that individual that completes you, okay, that completes you again, mentally, spiritually, physically, that completes you, and you really find that symmetry, hold on to that. Don't let that go. All right? Because good, true people, real, true soulmates, okay, soulmates, twin flames, are pretty hard to find. All right. Once you find that good one, you want to hold on to it, okay? Because you never know when it's going to come around again. And finally, here, build in breaks. If things start sliding off the rails, don't be afraid to kind of put the brakes on and slow a thing down. And maybe that needs to be built into the relationship as well. That, you both guys both have an understanding. If things start slipping in a real crazy ass direction, you can kind of put the brakes on that bad boy, either reset and then go in a different path, or you can just kind of stop it and get off the train and go somewhere else, okay? So make sure that understanding is built into the relationship. That way, that will make things a lot less complicated for you. So with that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down now. If you guys haven't already, please like, please share, and please subscribe. Make sure you also click that notification bell, because sometimes when I drop videos, not everybody's getting them. I'm dropping a whole lot of stuff, so I want you guys to be able to get it. This is a general love reading. So if this resonated with you and you want a little bit more, click the link below. We can make that happen. If it didn't resonate with you and you want to know about your own personal situation, also click the link below. We can make that happen. Again, like, share, subscribe. I love you guys. My name is Adonis, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.